Well, like I said, anyhow, I visit, and, we, a lot of times we, well, when you grow up, most of the time, you know, and then, I know people in just then too, they're older.
It's 5:30. 5:30, ready to start? Let's go. Okay. Welcome to the meeting, August 18th. We're right here at the Village Place. Okay, let's see what we got here. Mike, go up here and have prayer order. Mike's the pastor down at Unicorn Methodist Church here in Unicorn.
You know, folks, my office is right in front of the school field down there. It's amazing to be there about sundown, and your children are still riding bikes. They're out there. A couple of families are coming down to prepare and fight the dust and have them together. That doesn't happen in 99% of the country. We live in a really special place. Let's pray. Father, thank you for the privilege you've given us to live among these beautiful ridgelines and to live among the good and godly and gracious people of you. Lord, we pray that this evening you would give the leadership of this town your wisdom, give them the courage of their convictions, and give them the courage to act with you. Lord, help all of us to remember that people who live in this beautiful valley came here for a reason and stayed here for the same. Lord, bless Unicorn County. Bless the town of Unicorn. And help all of us to lead it a better place than we can. In the name of Christ.
Amen. All right. Wanda, you want to lead us?
Sure. Attention,
All right,
salute.
we'll have a song first.
I walked to Courthouse Square on the park bench in Old Manor, sitting there. I said, the old courthouse is kind of run down. He said, "Well, it isn't run down." I said, the old flagpole is leaning a little bit. That's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it. He said, have a seat. And I sat down. Is this the first time you've been to our little town? I said, I think it is. He said, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got collar burned the night that Francis Scott Key said, watching it right and say, can you see? And it got a bad rip in New Orleans. Pakenham and Jackson cut it at the seam. And it almost fell in the Alamo. Beside the Texas flag. She waved on. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville. Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent, by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships on the briny foam, and now they've about quit waiting back here at home. They're all good land here she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare, and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape. She means. She's been through the fire before. And I believe she can live a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that brag.
Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we got the two most important things took care of. Seb, you got to call the roll.
Alderman Day,
Here.
Alderman Lemon,
Here.
Alderman Phillips. Here. Vice Mayor Radford,
Here.
Mayor McIntyre.
Here. Now we're going to ask for a motion to approve August 1st special call meeting of BMA.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seth?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Previous request, opportunity to speak, we have none. Okay, opportunity for citizens. If they ever want to address the board about it. Okay. All right, now we're gonna have the second reading to change the speed limit. Regulated, but on Leadstone. And, is there any comments? Anybody got anything to say about it? Well, good. Be a motion? Motion approved.
Second.
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon, Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, now, we got some important business here. Molly Herron, is that it? Okay, we're gonna have Molly Herron here and, from the animal shelter, and we're gonna let Charles Day tell us all about what's going on, and about Molly. You have to get up there with him, Molly.
Everybody, this is Molly Harris, she's the new director of Animal Shelter.
Nice to meet you guys.
We got Alderman Mark Phillips, Mayor Kevin McIntyre, Vice Mayor Wanda Radford, Alderman Debbie Lemon. Town attorney is Todd Hull. Seth Miller is our town recorder. Amber Howard is our communications director and events coordinator and Mountain Hearts Kitchen coordinator. She got a lot of action.
Sounds like it.
You've already met Chris back. So, like you to tell us about yourself and your plans for the future of Animal Shelter.
My name is Molly. I actually have worked in veterinary medicine for about 6 years now. I worked in a hospital as a technician. I've managed in a hospital and overseen a lot of things. I've also volunteered with Rescue. It's been years ago, but before I started working in vet med. And I worked with several different rescues. We did a lot of transports. I made a lot of friends, a lot of community outreach. Those are things that I look forward to doing with the Unicoi County Animal Shelter. I do look forward to trying to reach out to people in the community, help support people keeping their animals, help support making it spay neuter a big thing, an option. That's something I've been discussing. I would really like to see happen, within our shelter, just make it more easily reached, goals like that. And to definitely see unwanted litters, things, that are coming into the shelter minimized. Definitely see some changes in that. I'm excited to working with the new construction going on at the shelter and see all of that. See a lot of big changes, a lot of improvements.
Okay, thank you, Molly. Welcome aboard.
I went by the shelter today and she was outside washing the kennels.
Well, y'all worked hard on this, I know you have, and we're looking for big change and in the right direction. Thank you very much. I know you put a lot of time in.
Yeah, we had.
I know Mr. Day here, I got rid of him, he got to work on that. That's all good.
And Selena has done a great job. Selena's always been there.
Yeah, Selena.
Yeah. I called her out yesterday, on Sunday, and she was out there.
Molly's actually, she started about 2 weeks ago working. Today was her first official day, but we got her signed up, got her paperwork done about 2 weeks ago, and as she's working out a 2-week notice, in her off hours, she would come in and work at the shelter on weekends and nights, and you could go by about any time and find her down there if she wasn't at a regular job, so we're fortunate we've got her.
So that will show them do pickups now at the call on the road.
It's limited right now, baby. Limited, yeah, it's limited. We've got a space to put about 5, right, Molly? We've got a space to put about 5, but
But they will let you know.
yes, yes. She will be answering the phone.
Is this young lady working with you?
Yes, she's the animal control officer.
Okay.
She's the animal
Selena,
control officer.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
Selena.
I've never met you.
I never met you either.
I wasn't ignoring
Oh,
Selena.
touche.
There's reason for that.
I wasn't leaving you out, Selena.
Yeah, I don't get out much.
I'm either at the shelter or home. There's no good
Thank you for being here. Okay, engineer, LDA engineer extension consideration. The contract on Massachusetts project. This is something that we've already done. Is that not right, Sam? And what we're asking for is to change the program and the materials. And so we're just asking to put this money on that project.
Yeah, this is just the engineering portion of it. They've exhausted all their funds and all their use of time and everything down in Massachusetts, so we have to extend our contract for engineering to complete the project, so.
Yeah. And see, if Ruben would have been here, the engineer, he could have spoke to you and told you, but it's, I can tell you what they had to change and stuff, but they're moving on with it. They really didn't have the right plan until they started digging and saw what was in there, what was going to happen, so. Is there a motion to?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, the next thing we got is consideration to use Jack Snyder Trust Fund. That can only be used like on parks and that sort of thing, And what we want to do, we want to use $15,000 of that on the cabin, the trail, the trees. What was that word you had?
Arboretum.
Yeah, what it was is they had a thing where they paid on it, and we lost out on that. So we're gonna reinstate that. So this is just strictly for working on the property at Cabot. And like I said, we're at $15,000. That's where that'll go, out of the gutters, it'll do the trail, tree trimming.
Some restoration work to the actual cabin itself where some holes are and different things.
That's just the interest, right?
No, and that's what I had to get Todd to weigh in on. He can give you some more info.
Yeah, back in 2022, when Lois Phillips Davis was a town attorney, she got the funds sort of kind of changed a little bit. You can take 10% of the corpus, which is the bottom. You can take 10% each year of the balance, the entire fund. But it's limited to, like the mayor said, certain projects. This would qualify.
And I think too, Mr. Snyder, when he had that, he was drawing a lot of interest. I think in just a few years ago, I think it was like $10,000 they had put in that account. And since the interest rate dropped so much, that it was just mostly useless. I mean, it's just sitting there. So that's why it's petitioned to the court to let, have it released that way. Or otherwise, we would just be sitting there not being able really to use the money.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, now we're talking about Massachusetts. This, we already talked about this back in June, but it's an official document that the contractor and the engineer needs. Is that not correct, Sam? To carry on with this project?
Yeah, the funds were already allocated. This is just the official acceptance of the change order documents.
That's what it is, just a change order. And do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, the next thing, 371 resolution. We had additional funds needed for the Massachusetts Avenue Road improvement. All right, now what we're going to do is this has to do with Swingle Road. And the same thing has happened with Swingle Road for the sewer, not the complete road, but up to the bridge. And that's what's going on with this. And we brought this up, and this is for materials, isn't it?
Yeah, material and work to do that.
Yeah. And, but then we brought this up and tried to get it in the program while we had the people there knew what to do. Instead of coming back and making a whole new plan and all that, re-engineer it. So what we're asking here is we're asking for $77,597. So they can finish this up while we're on Massachusetts. And do I hear a motion?
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Good.
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes, sir. Okay, next thing, we got 342, and that's ordinance. And what it is, it's rezoned, and this has already passed through the zoning board. And it's rezoning for David and Jennifer Frazier, and this is at the golf course, we will change it from R1 to A1. So,
Motion approved.
Second.
any discussion?
What is that?
Agriculture.
Mhm. That's what all that's going to right there.
And that's, we've already approved several of them with the same scenario, so this is just kind of following suit of what we've already been approving. And it came through the planning board first and through two readings here.
You know, it's like somebody lives out there, and lived out there forever, so the only way it could be better if it was still golf course. You know, people were gonna be there, it's gonna be used, it can be responsible for it, and it won't be, you know, it will less remain, it's the same. Okay. Have a motion?
Is that what you're saying? So Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay. Austin Finch. Yeah, he's on economic development here, and he's gonna tell us what he's doing for us.
All right, so here today, I get to actually talk more about the results. And we've been working on all these different things for 3 years for me, and all those kind of built and kind of culminated, and it's seemingly like one after the other after the other, about to be like a winning season for us, fortunately. So I've been talking for 3 years about that CSX General Office building and the redevelopment efforts we're doing there. It's complicated, the money's complicated, the contract's complicated, surveys, everything's difficult, but we're actually finally, truly going to close at the end of this month on that property for the purpose of a boutique hotel. We've secured $3 million in funding so far to that end, including different grants that are directly responsible for our Economic Development Board, the BRAG, Brownfield Remediation Grant, 3-star asset enhancements, and we're going to be applying for more to make this project feasible. A nice hotel in Unicoi County, it's not an easy lift. But it is possible, especially as the markets change, as NFS especially grows. There's going to be a market there that we can tap into and actually start keeping those funds local. There's been many talks about how we're going to recover around the river. We've put together the one initiative that had been discussed last time. The mayor is on our steering committee, the Nolichucky Restoration Initiative. So far, over 100 individual Unicoi County residents have participated in giving their feedback to how redevelopment efforts should go. And with the survey that we released, it hopefully will be hundreds more giving their feedback on what they want to see around the river. What we're noticing is a lot of, at least so far in the feedback, things that might not be expected are, they want more pavilions, more church community spaces, baptistries, like being able to actually use the river in a way for ceremonies, for baptism ceremonies, and more access. And what we're noticing is there's a combination there between allowing for the baptisms, allowing for more access for people who may be handicapped. It's just basically shallower areas, allow them to interface more easily. Different things like that is what we're going to pull out of this program. And then other things that we've kind of spun off and that are off and running on their own. The long-term recovery group, we've hired a director. She's running the show over there, taking on a lot of the small projects that we no longer have to, including the job fair. We've given her some contacts to get that started, and she's running with it, so that's helpful. Same with the Nolichucky Outdoor Recreation Association. We've helped them get the type of funds they need to do those cleanup operations and keep those folks employed, and they're doing that currently. The Trails Master Plan, a couple months ago, I had our consultant come in and speak on that. We have an application out to keep putting those things into action. I should know in 2 weeks if we're going to get money to do more of the trail improvements. Another one that I've mentioned often, another big win for us. It's really hard to get across how big of a win this is because it's new and the concept is different. But we've been partnering with CloudWise Academy to teach digital skills in Unicoi County for a couple years now. That partnership has been growing. Their business has been growing. They're essentially taking over portions of the marketing department for ETSU. They've got over $1 million in state money to hire interns and to teach digital skills and all these different things. And they decided, through partnership with us, that they want a headquarter in Unicoi County. that's going to bring over all kinds of new jobs, new opportunities for people to learn, get jobs in Unicoi County, tap into digital skills, and get ready for the economy of tomorrow. And they have located their headquarters in downtown Irwin, directly next to the Ayers Entrepreneur Center where they're located. And they're going to open by the end of next year, 2026. So right next to each other, it's two economic development engines, including our Square One Space, Chamber of Commerce Economic Development Group. No small community like Unicoi County will have this many economic development engines designed to enable entrepreneurs to succeed themselves. It's a really unique thing we're stepping into with the kind of resources to bring entrepreneurs and teach and prepare small businesses to grow. So that's a big step. The thing that people are going to be most clear about, the thing they want the most, are those blue-collar industrial jobs. And we're about to have a string of announcements there. So as of this Friday at 11 a.m., we're going to be announcing 166 new jobs, or jobs that are going to be recovered in the industrial park, thanks to the efforts of the state, local economic development, in recovering that. This has been a process we've been talking about for a while. They're going to come put their money where their mouth is. They're going to come and actually present to the community state economic development on Friday. That's a big announcement. That's 166 jobs in the industrial park. 40 more are going to get added onto that. And it'll help us get back to the full 300 in the industrial park. Yeah, NFS is also going to announce a major expansion. We'll be announcing their major expansion on September the 8th. This was something that was not a guaranteed thing. This is a BWXT expansion, not so much an NFS expansion. This was not guaranteed to go to Irwin. This is something that we won with the help of the governor's nuclear fund that brought in extra money to bring these jobs to Tennessee specifically. And that's going to be 200 new jobs at NFS. I'm also in the process of recruiting a brand new industry. Furthest along we've gotten. We are at the point now of verbal lease negotiation. And soon, hopefully, as an official lease, if everything can work out the way they ask. That'll start out as just 10 new jobs to start, but they're planning on moving more of their operations over here in the next 5 years. So 5 years from now, it could look like 60 to 100 jobs. Average pay $20 an hour with quarterly bonuses, insurance, and those pieces too. So hopefully we'll have an announcement on that soon. So in total, the jobs that our economic development as a county is supporting and the announcements that are upcoming will be anywhere between 400 to 500 jobs for this county. We're doing as much as anybody can do, and this is a big step for us in getting back in the right direction. Yeah, so a lot of wins, a lot of positive momentum, a lot of jobs, a lot of investment. Any questions?
What kind of trade skills will it teach?
So these are going to be digital education skills. So these are going to be ways that you could do things like work from home, in maybe more white collar job, and really kind of allow people to bridge that gap if that's the path they'd like to take. If we have fast internet and jobs can be remote, then let's have people here, learn those skills to do it. All right. Any other questions?
And we can be assured that you're looking out for us also.
I want to make
Like
sure.
a lot of things go to Irwin, but I
Yeah.
mean, as long as you've got us in the plan, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I needed to make that point clear. We wanted to leave it hanging on the positive news, even though the positive news may get misconstrued as, being an isolated win. I do think it's a county win, but all these things are also finishing for me. These things have been going for so long are finishing. And that's going to leave us room to plan for the growth in the town of Unicoi specifically. And this is not, compliments just for the sake of it. The growth is coming to Unicoi. Like, it's the stats trace that it's coming here. We got to prepare. We got to prepare commercially, residentially, in any way that this town sees fit and lay out a long-term vision. So, and with this time opening up, we're going to focus on real, tangible projects here with the board's consent and approval. And, when we start talking, October and onwards, when the rest of the stuff is behind me and closed, we're going to be having way different conversations about where we're at and what we're doing. All
And see,
right.
that's the most asked question.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so we're picking up momentum. Got to keep it, and 5 new wins.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Yeah, all right. Lisa, you're next. the Historical Association.
I think, we had the ice cream social this week. I'm behind the times this week. And it turned out good. We got a snow cone machine, and I think they like the snow cones better than they did the ice cream.
It's good ice cream. Yeah.
Thank you. Our next thing coming up is, the bell ring, Constitution, that's Constitution Day. The Over Mountain Victory guys will be there. We'll be doing like a small reenactment. Renee Jones and the mayor is going to be there, and, Jean Clark. And I don't know who else she's got. She's one that schedules everybody to be there, so we're gonna have quite a few. And it's free to the public, and if you wanna learn a little bit about history, it's good for the kids. The kids would enjoy it too. It's not just for an adult, it's for everybody. And we'll have light refreshments, and it'll be good for, to get together and socialize and learn about our Constitution. And we've been doing some things about, the cabin, we're gonna be cleaning it, and we may have like a cleanup day just for us to people come in and help us, get the cobwebs down and dust them off and clean out a lot of stuff, and do that one day. So anybody that would be interested in doing that, you can watch out on our Facebook page. I'll have it on there.
Now, what's that date again for the bell ring?
The 20th, September the 20th at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
I had a flyer and I walked out and left it on the table, so. And this is official, Gina said this was official, that all the aldermen and the mayor and everybody was invited. That it was an official invitation. So, I don't know how many, she's got speakers coming, but it usually don't last more than an hour or hour and a half. So if you can take time out of your, come and enjoy yourself and learn some history about our Constitution.
Have you heard anything else about your flight?
I put in a call to one place and they're supposed to call me back, maybe get back to me today and call me tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
She called Rankin, you think nothing could help?
Did you call Brackens and Duncan?
She called Rankin.
Okay, yeah, and it'd be good if we could get that, at the time.
yeah, I was hoping to get it in before that. We got extra chairs, we made a lot of chairs, so we got enough chairs. We don't have to borrow chairs.
And if anybody on the board or anybody in the audience, has any connections with something like flagpole, you just want one about how tall?
About 25, I think we can do it up there. Wool and black flagpole, put that, so it would blend in with everything, you don't have to shine. Or we have the building and things out there that we can put up a flag. Which would be nice. So if anybody knows, when we do get it up, there's a flag up, you don't have it, so.
Lisa, thank you for all the work you do.
Calculates.
Wanda, you're on the zone.
Okay, the Planning Commission met on August 4th, 2025, under new business discussion action on subdivision regulation change. This is the property located on Sunny Lane for a subdivision. This was for discussion only in last month's April 7th meeting. More information was presented to the board by our First Tennessee Economic Agency representative in this August 4th meeting. The board voted unanimously to approve the subdivision with the subdivision regulation changes. Then also a consideration discussion of rezone request for Golf Course Road, tax map 005J, Group A, partial 001.08 for David and Jennifer Frazier. That's just the one we just now passed. And this request was to change the property from R1 residential to A1. The board voted unanimously to approve the request. This will go before the BMA for 2 readings and a public hearing, which we just had the first reading on it. There was no BZA meeting in the month of July due to no agenda items. That's it.
That it?
That's it.
Okay. Let's see, Amber, you want to talk about the kitchen?
Sir, in July, we had an active member count of 30. I gave 2 tours, but I did not onboard anyone, so we did not have any deposits. Clients used 220 hours. There were 7 of them, all ranging from 1 hour to over 100 hours. Good year-to-date comparison. I did not transfer it in July, so I apologize about that, but the month-to-month comparison, July compared to June, we made $4,239 off of revenue from hourly bookings, from storage and from fees and food truck revenue. And in June, we made $3,816. I just recently worked on the fiscal year budget revenue, just tracking it to see which months we had the highest use. So October, November, and December last year were higher, and then January and February were lower. So I'll be presenting that to you all in the next workshop. And using that as a basis to justify rate changes.
Okay. And we got a 3-year grant on that, which was a non-match grant, wasn't it, Amber?
Right.
And we've been, having little meetings on that about where the money's gonna go, and so we're spending a lot of time making sure that money's spent, that we're thrifty with it. Okay, thank you, Amber. Okay, I guess let's see, parks, recreation, marketing, communication, that's you.
I'm working on a master plan for the parks, specifically the cabin, to address the repairs that are needed, maintenance, programming, any potential grants that could give us funds to put on and repair some of these items. I'm also working on updating facility use applications for when people rent our facilities, making specific provisions for what we would classify as a special event and need special review. So beyond what I and Trish do with the Parks and Rec department, it needs to come before the board because of the special event. Our Buffalo Aquarium cleanup is moved from August to late October. I don't have a set date on that yet, but it's looking at late October for pruning, shrubbing, cleanup the arboretum area, and hopefully early October or mid-September before the bell ring cleanup of just the cabin. We are still doing our cruising every Friday from 5:30 to 7:30. We're hoping to start planning for the last cruising event, whether it's Friday or Saturday. We want to do some sort of awards to it, so I'll be speaking to you all a little bit more in detail about that and have a report next time for how the last cruising will work. We are doing our community yard sale, our last one for the season, on September 13th from 8 to 2. $10 to be a vendor, first come, first served. Applications are available at the visitor center or by email. For marketing and advertisements, I submitted an ad for the Newport County High School back-to-school section and for the fall sports section. The back-to-school section was a little sweet, says, go live your adventure, maybe you'll go there. And then our next year's festival is 2026 Strawberry and Fruit Festival. Hopefully we'll do some sanctioning next month, and then be able to start planning more depth for those. Any questions?
That's it. Okay. Okay, Jeremy, Chris, you want to fill in? Yeah.
From the last BMA meeting, the police department wanted to $163,000.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. See it? Give us a corporate report.
Yes, sir. For July, there were 12 court payments totaling $1,402.50.
Report.
So, the Massachusetts Avenue project's rolling along. I'll let the mayor, do you have any updates for us on that?
Do what I said.
Do you have any updates for us on Massachusetts, about how far along they are yet?
Well, they're rolling along. They're doing really well since they got the new plan. And I mean, it just seems like everybody is really appreciative of getting a new road. And I don't see any problem with the deadline on it. Do you? I mean, these people, and like the state inspector said, he said, you don't have to look over these guys' shoulders. So we feel like it's been done right. And I don't know what else to say. I think it's doing real well on it. And we're gonna knock this one out and we're gonna keep moving. We done Horton Road and we're gonna do it. So.
Yeah, that was my next thing there, is they finished Horton Road on the first week of August. And then at our next workshop, we'll decide which road it's gonna really look at next to get finished. Still trying to find a solution through FEMA and the state for Unicoi Drive. FEMA is most likely not the solution for Unicoi Drive. But the state needs an official denial first before they'll proceed with looking at the governor's grant to provide funds for Unicoi Drive. There's still a lot of debris in right-of-ways, particularly up past the golf course from Helene. There is a solution from FEMA. They met with me earlier this week to talk in more detail about that, what that entails. I'm waiting on some paperwork on that. So once that starts, we'll have probably approximately 3 months to get some debris removed with equipment that we'll probably have to lease. So the way it's looking at right now, if we have a contractor do it, there's some red tape that comes into play as far as what you can do with debris rather than just cutting and leaving it or removal from site. Because FEMA has a bunch of environmental protection and different guidelines that say, if you move this tree, you have to document exactly which landfill it's going to, or exactly what wood chipper, or where those chips are going. I'm sure Austin knows all about it down there. It's a pretty strenuous project. So the best solution to getting some of that debris removed is probably for reimbursement for some
Okay, and I'd like to say that we've got a hard-working staff and the board here, and it's very seldom you hear a negative note. We're all positive about what we do, and we all work together. And everybody knows their thing and does their thing, and that's it.
I sit here making faces, because we're not always all positive. Some of us are.
Okay. I think we do pretty good. We've got a good board. We work together good, don't we? Has anybody got any announcements? Anybody?
We gotta have a motion to approve the
Yeah.
financial.
Motion to approve. Second.
Got them all off track again. You get this special call.
That's what I do being on this corner over here. I'm the old man on the cover solid, so I have to do it at times.
You get your name tag pushed back too.
I know, I'm the secret little word.
You're loud enough. We can hear you.
That's true. I can always get whatever.
Please don't.
I'll take him out back. Now I'll call Susan, that's what I'll do.
There you go.
Was there any other discussion for the financial reports though? Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lehman, Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McAfee.
Yes, buddy. Okay. Motion to adjourn.
We got some else.
What else you got?
Debbie did this, didn't she? She did this.
She jinxes us every time.
That's why I said we're not always positive.
You
Jinx.
gotta have somebody who can.
That's right.
So, there will be a BMA workshop on Wednesday, August the 27th at 1 PM right here. The next planning commission BZA meeting will be held on Wednesday, September the 3rd at 5:30 right here. Note that that is on a Wednesday instead of Monday because Monday is a holiday, Labor Day. The next BMA meeting will be held on Monday, September the 15th at 5:30 right here.
Okay. Now, we make a motion to adjourn.
Motion, second.
Go right ahead. When will there be signs for those?
So those will be, we should, if we don't have 15-mile-per-hour signs already on the stop, we'll get those ordered tomorrow. If we do, you'll see signs tomorrow, this week sometime, if not, it'll be next week.
All right, thank you all.
Well, I'm having a pretty good time. Does everybody else want to adjourn? Hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. I thought we done that.
We done that. Good deal.